Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure takes me to Eaton Reservoir. I'm down here in central New York doing another little tour through it, so follow along. Alright everybody, welcome back. This is Eaton Reservoir. This is one section of it. If you look at this from like Google Earth, it will look like a Y. So there's a section behind me, there's a section that goes this way, and a section that goes this way. But this is definitely a good sized body of water. A lot of nice houses on its shores too. And so far, I almost just had my first mishap paddling. So, as you can see, I'm a little bit wet. My glasses are wet, my arms are wet, my shorts are wet here. I had a boat go by me, cause a little wake, so I wanted to brace myself into the seat, so I went to push on the foot peg. My foot slipped off the foot peg, and I leaned, just as a wave hit me, and I leaned right up. I got water in the boat here, and I got more water than I probably need. But I leaned right up, and this side of me went right into the water, but I was able to lean back. Oh boy, disaster averted right there. Holy smokes. But here comes another boat. But so this is Eaton Reservoir, and if you remember last year I was up in the did Lake Eaton and Long Lake. And speaking of Long Lake, this is July 11th. Yesterday the 10th. It rained all day in the Adirondacks, heavy rains, and they have so much flooding up there that Long Lake right now is almost inaccessible to get to. Route 30 is washed out in Long Lake. Route 28N is washed out. When I stayed at Haas's campground, the little park lake behind the campground, yeah, that was breached. There was and that flowed right into Long Lake. And so yeah, they've got tremendous flooding in the Adirondacks. Eaton Reservoir here is in Madison County. The closest biggest town would be Cazenovia. Erieville is where this is located. But so yeah, I'm not in the Adirondacks in this trip, and that's probably a good thing, because I probably would be trapped in an area out there. But this is Eaton Reservoir, or Eatonbrook Reservoir, Madison County, New York. I'm down here visiting. I think I'm gonna every year take 3 or 4 days and come down here to central New York, because there's a lot of interesting places down here too. But Eaton Reservoir was originally built to support the Erie and Shenango canal systems, and so yeah, this is man-made. And this was made, I believe, I'm going to say back in the 1800s originally. And if you remember when I talked about Lake Eaton up in Long Lake, I talked about a General, William Eaton, who I think the lake is named after. Well, Eaton Reservoir is named after William Eaton, who was an American commander at Tripoli, and he was also the principal witness in the 1807 treason trial of the former U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr. And Aaron Burr, if you have any history, was the vice president during Thomas Jefferson's first term. And this reservoir is named after General William Eaton. So as it usually goes, when a reservoir is created, it gobbles up the farmland and settlements and businesses, and this reservoir is no different. When the state started buying up the land to create this water impoundment, the Skinny Atlas Turnpike, which was the major thoroughfare in this area back then, now sits under the waves here of Eaton Reservoir. Businesses like Dunham's Stand, which was the first, I understand, was the first tavern on that road. Wellington's Farm, which was a large piece of farm, now all sit underneath the waves here. And the locals have told me that during the dry seasons, the ruins from the old inn, which I assume is Dunham's Stand, may be seen in the water, which makes me wonder if it's built out of wood or stone. I would assume stone. There are several man-made reservoirs in this area that were built to support the Erie and Chenango canals. You know, that was back in the 1800s that these reservoirs were made, and which leads me to the point that these reservoirs were built by men who had no earth-moving equipment like we do today, and they usually completed these reservoirs within a year. That's quite the feat, if you ask me. That's a lot of work, but I'm going to paddle my way around. I am probably at this point, I don't know, 2/3, 3/4 of the way around it, and heading back to my truck where I'll have to go find my next adventure. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.